Hello guys, today we're talking about something every real backend application needs sooner or later. Handling files. Uploads, downloads, images, documents, all of them go through your API. At first glance, file uploads look simple, but in production, they raise a lot of questions. Where do you store files? How do you secure them? How do you avoid performance and memory issues? In this episode, we'll break down how file handling works in .NET APIs, simply, clearly, and realistically. Why file handling is tricky. Handling files is not just about receiving bytes. Files are big, unpredictable, and often untrusted. Users can upload huge files, the wrong file types, malicious content, or files with broken metadata. That's why file handling must be designed carefully, not hacked together in one controller method. How file uploads work in HTTP. Let's start from the protocol level. Most file uploads use multi-part form data. That means the request body contains metadata, like file name and content type, and the raw binary file content. Your API doesn't receive a file object, it receives a stream of bytes, and .NET helps you process that stream safely. In ASP.NET Core, uploaded files are represented by IFormFile. An IFormFile is not the file itself, it's a wrapper around the stream. It gives you access to file name, content type, file length, the file stream. Here is the example controller method. At a method with an upload file, if file equal nur or file.length equal 0, return bad request. If it's not, return OK. Important rule, never assume the file is safe just because it's arrived. Streaming versus loading into memory. One of the biggest mistakes beginners make is loading the entire file into memory. For small files, it might work. For large files, it can crash your server. The correct approach is streaming. You read the file gradually and write it to disk, cloud storage, or another service. This keeps memory usage low and performance stable, even under load. Where should files be stored? Your API should rarely store files directly in the database. Common option: local disk, simple apps, internal tools. Cloud storage, Azure Blob, S3, GGS. Dedicated file services. Best practices: 1. Store files outside the database. And 2. Store only metadata, path, size, owner, permissions in the database. Your API becomes a coordinator, not a file server. Validation and security. File uploads are a security risk if handled carelessly. You should allow validate file size limits, allowed file extensions, MIME types, and file name sanitization. Never trust file name, content type sent by the client. Your API must decide what is allowed, not the user. Downloading files from APIs. Downloading files is just as important as uploading them. In .NET, you usually return a file response, like this: return file bytes, application/pdf, report.pdf, or stream it directly from disk or cloud storage. Important considerations: 1. Authorization. Who can download? 2. Caching headers. And 3. Content disposition. Inline versus attachment. A secure download endpoint is part of a professional API. Don't forget that. Now my favorite part, common mistakes. Let's talk about what not to do. First of all, accept any file without validation. 2. Load large files fully into memory. 3. Store files directly in the database. 4. Expose raw files paths. And 5. Forget authentication and authorization. File handling bugs don't just break apps, they create security holes. So, to recap, file uploads are streams, not objects. Validation and streaming are mandatory. Storage decisions matter. Security is not optional. Once you handle file correctly, your API becomes ready for real-world usage. Thanks for listening that 18 minutes. See you in the next episode, guys. Bye bye.